We have to figure this out. We're live. I think I said for 5 minutes. We'll see what it says. See if my phone goes off. Here we go off. Hey, we are live. Okay. Hope everyone can hear me. I really don't know. Let's see. Should we get a feedback? Let's get a feedback loop here, people. I'm going to play it. Let's see what it sounds like. Am I getting feedback? Okay. It's working. We're live. And we are playing with the settings here. And what I'm going to do is, whoops, I don't want to reduce that part. I want to reduce me. I am practicing here because I got to get things ready here. So we're going to reduce me. There we go. We're live on our first episode. And we're going to see what's going on. So today I wanted to experiment with Mester Scrum at night on a night episode. And I'm going to check things out, see how it works here. And we are going to experiment with what we got. And today, what I'm going to share with you, a couple things. So we got a new program. It's going to be 8 o'clock at night on Tuesdays. Still working at the kinks, trying to figure out how this all will work and how we'll set it up. And what we're going to do is do a little attempt today. Talk about some news in Agile, look at some companies that are in Agile business. We are going to record a segment on the PSM exam, just prepping for it, getting ready if you want to take it. I am coaching someone right now, and we are going to take it together. So this is just one way of prepping for it and coaching about it. We'll talk about it. I do have a whiteboard, so if anybody wants to make any comments, they can. Let's see. Can I see comments? Yeah, I can see comments. Make this smaller. I gotta make it a little smaller. There we go. So now I can see comments and everything. And so let's get cooking here. So it's Mester Scrum Show. Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And this is our show. This is not the 5 a.m. edition. This is the 8 p.m. on Tuesday edition. We will work out the kinks as we go, and we're just experimenting and playing around a little bit. So bear with me. At some point, we'll do LinkedIn Live and Facebook Live and all that other stuff connected. Right now, we're just doing YouTube, and we'll figure out the rest as we go and experiment. So with that, do we get comments already? We can hear you. Okay, good. I need to make that bigger. Can't see. It's awfully small. Let's see, what if I make that bigger? Would that change everything? Just a heads up, laugh out loud. So cool. So I got Brent. He's on. Brett is there. Hey, Brett, how are you doing? Thanks for letting me know you can hear me. All right, so let's get going here. I wonder if I just totally messed up all my browsers. We'll find out soon enough. All right, so one of the first things I want to look at is this. This is one thing we will. So one of the things I do when I go out and look what's going on is I do look at like LinkedIn job posts. So whenever I do a lecture or seminar, share with the local user group, I kind of like looking at what the job posts are. And just to give you an idea, some of the Agile job posts of today, last time I did was in March, was one of my last sessions I did. I did it with a Learn It Tour, who's an Agile group out of Nigeria, and let's say United States. So since March, we got like 13,000 jobs that are Agile business analysts. Went down about 4,000 jobs. Business analysts, quote unquote, that's 76,000. So you think about Agile, tighten it up. If you want to look at business analysts, you get a broader range of job postings. And these are all job postings that were in the past month. Scrum Master, we had about 99,000 jobs in the US posted here in the past month. And it's down by 12,000 since March. And I'll give you a little hint on that one. Come February, March is a big hiring area because most companies realize they made a lot of promises and didn't hire enough people to do the job, or they got the new budget year and they got to hire people. So coming around March, it's higher. It'll also go up again in September. I'll show that as we go through this process. Just comparison U.S. jobs. Let's say Agile Business Analyst, we got 13,000 versus EU, which is 5,600. That's down too. So they're all down there. Scrum Master Remote. So this is a new thing I'm looking at. I'm looking at remote jobs. What's out there? There's 18,000 jobs posted as Scrum Master Remote, down 3,000 from March. So we'll see how that changes over the next couple of weeks. In the EU, they got 3,000. So that's cool. They actually went up as a remote job. So I think the EU is still having issues with the virus and everything. Agile Project Manager, 49,042 positions. And then Agile Project Manager Remote, only 7,000 positions. This is one thing I found is that a lot of these companies don't know what a Scrum Master is. They don't know what Agile is. So they use a title called Agile Project Manager. So don't limit your potential by just doing Scrum Master or just doing something like that. Look at the Agile Project Manager position. Again, that went up 16,000. So I kind of wonder if some of these big companies really know what Agile is, and they just had the old project manager code in their HR. So now they're calling it a quote Agile Project Manager or something to keep an eye out for. We got Agile Remote. So that's a general one, maybe developer, whatever, 77,000 jobs. That went down by almost 8,000. Agile in general, but you'd be surprised, a lot of Agile jobs. It's even the company's called Agile, even though it's not Agile as way as we know it. There's 475,000 positions that have Agile in the job posting. And then one I wanted the Agile product owner. So I've been doing a lot of things with product owners. There's about 8,900 jobs as an Agile product owner. In the EU, you got about 6,000. So just wanted to share that with you. I posted up on LinkedIn. I'll post the data on LinkedIn too, and in a post later on as we go. And I'll share that with everyone just to share that as a piece of information. And again, I'm going to share it tomorrow when I work with the Agile expert groups and present a session on building the $1 million Agile team. So that'll be that tomorrow. And let's see what we want to talk about. I had it all set up. Let's see if I still have it set up. I used to. Come on, Google. Why are you not doing what I want? I was not doing what I want. Find my, here. So here you can see what I was doing. I'm going to do Agile Business Analyst, European Union, past month. That's how I got my results. So let's look at some business. We got Microsoft Corporation. We all know, right? A DevOps as there. Let's see how their stock price is going down. It's down today by 4%. Any news in Agile? Just your basic stuff. Nothing. Layoffs hit Agile. Scrum Master and Tech Giant. Say 100 workers let them go. But as you can see, there are still job postings out there. So it's good to be in the Agile business. Altesian, our favorite European, they went down too. They went down 8.7%, almost 9% today on 1 day's worth of trading. From them, not much going on there. Agile is non-profitable. The market valuation wrong. That's kind of scary. We'll see. I wonder what happened if they went under. That would be good. Broadcom, they own Rally. Rally was independent software. Now they're owned by Broadcom. Broadcom is only down by 3%. I'd be curious to see how they're doing for the month. They're pretty stable. 6 months, pretty stable. Year to date, year. Looks like they're back to where they were last year. Everyone loves Apple, right? Sony up. And disclaimer, my wife does own some Apple stock. As a disclaimer. I haven't seen anything about Agile in the news. Amazon, we all have AWS, right? We all have servers. It's down 2%. So just showing that. Here's Oracle. They're down by 1.62%. So I wanted to share some news. I'll come up with how we want to do it. Give me some feedback on what you like. What do we have? Not sure you're ready to have a video on this topic, but I am taking a technical PM job. Cool. And confused if they want a PM acts as a Scrum Master PO all at the same time. Brett, don't be surprised if they do ask you for that all at the same time. Oh gosh, they do sometimes. I've seen a lot of places where they have Scrum Masters act as project managers to manage finances issues and HR issues and all kinds of stuff like that, and product owner activities. Ask a lot of questions how that would be. A technical PM job. You know what though? Try it out. To be honest with you, don't have to work there forever. I mean, that's one thing. I coached a couple people. They were very hesitant. They always wanted to get their perfect job per se, right? And one of the things we talked about was maybe it didn't have to be the perfect job. Just something to think about there. Let's see. What do we want to do? Let's talk. Anything else to do? So yeah, so keep an eye on that. But it doesn't always have to be perfect. If it's a first-time job and they pay you well, learn what it is. Find out what you do and don't like. Maybe it'll help you establish that boundary. So I hope that helps you out a little bit there, Brett. All right. And we could talk about, I can always do a show. I always do the early morning show. Going to get more into the 5 a.m. hour because I'll be honest with you, my kid's waking up, just not enough time in the day to get everything done. So probably going to go back to that time slot. All right. So with that, I want to talk about, if I did this right. Oh, I don't have it there. But I want to talk about PSM. So let's PSM here. Boom. Change I got to work myself. So it's not like I have a lot of people here. So Scrum.org offers a one is the PSM exam. They offer, unlike Scrum Alliance, who does a class, you get a certification. Scrum.org offers you can just take a test and get a certification. Those are the two houses. I want to talk about Scrum.org. I do not have a PSM certification. I mean, here's your certification. Scrum Master cert, right? The PSM 1, the 2. Basically, you take an assessment, and at each level, it goes up. For example, if you buy the PSM 1, it's $150 to take the test. So it's a difference between sometimes you pay $400 to $1,000 to get a CSM to Scrum Alliance. You could, if you have a job coming up and you want to get a PSM so you can be certified, go for it. As I said earlier today in the show, I remember when PSM was coming on, they're going to take tests. And like, oh, look, you don't have to take a class. You just take certification and it accredits for what you know, which is great. And I said, well, we'll see how long that lasts. And now they're offering classes too. So you can take classes. But I just want to talk about certification. Take an exam. So one of the things, you got open assessment, you got training, you can do the PSM overview. Let's click there. Whoop, maybe move my picture out of your way. So I'm not like, I'll put my picture over here somewhere. There we go. I don't want to block out everything. And get your notification, prepare for the assessment. There's a Scrum competencies. So what I would really recommend, a couple things. One, read the Scrum guide. So if I open up Scrum guide, and the Scrum guide will come up. Here's the Scrum guide, and there's a bunch of different versions of it. Just click on the Scrum guide here, and you can read it too. You don't have to download it all the time, but they offer that. Read the official Scrum. So it's free. So really the test, the PS1 is based on the Scrum guide. So if you read the Scrum guide and go through this, you'll have most of the information that you want. Put myself over here. So as I scroll through this, you can see all the different things. Product owner, Scrum Masters, it talks about the basic stuff. So definitely read this before you take the exam. So if you were going to take it, definitely read that before the exam. And then we will get rid of that. Prepare for exam assessment. There is professional Scrum. I would definitely go through these sections. So read these. So before you take that practice exam, so if you take the practice exam, I would go ahead and read these things, get familiar with what content's left in here. It's got good stuff. This stuff may or may not is not really in the Scrum guide. It is, but maybe there's more content related to that. So I would go into each one and review it a little bit before you go in. Let me move myself over here now, and kind of review that. So set up the way I've taught other people to take the test is what we did was mouse disappears. Gotta love PCs. We would set up, like if we were doing a 1 month thing, depending on how they did on the assessments, each one of these areas would be a sprint. So 1 week, definitely do the Scrum framework, read all that information, look at developing teams another week, and then do the Agile practice. So basically, got my whiteboard, right? I don't know if you could see it. I'll have to make it bigger. But so it would be kind of hard to do. Here, do it here. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, study, and then take the assessment. See what comes out, what you need to work, then study, assessment. Etc. Okay. And I would do more than one practice test, and I'll show you one of the ones. So in here on scrum.org, they have an open assessment. So we're going to go there. So we do open assessments. You can do product owner, Scrum developer. Let's say open Scrum. There's I'm not going to take it and then ask questions, right? It gives you 30 questions, 30 minutes. The test is actually 60 minutes long, and there's more questions. Number per page. We're not going to do that, but I just wanted to show that to you. So it gives you an example of something to take. There is another one out there that I like from way back, the original people before they got really fancy. I like this. So this Kurt, Mikhail Lapshin, I guess I say his name. I apologize if I do it spelled it wrong, but this is always a good one. There's a learning mode. So he has a couple different ones. You could skip the quiz, and then he has a bunch of questions, lots of questions, right? And there's 87 questions here, a lot of questions. It'll give you the answer as you go, which I like what he did. So I like, and I'll post a link to this. I'll find it. This is where you go. Just search for PSM practice exams, and you'll find a couple different ones. So, like what I recommend, read it. And after I do this, I'm not doing it today, but I will do it this week. I will even what I know. I'll reread the Scrum guide, get ready to take a test. And why I say do this, because why pay $150 and then have to pay another trial fee and you get a month or so to try it again, to take it again. If you haven't taken a test in a while, I really recommend taking these short quizzes, get in the habit of test taking again. Because I'm old. I haven't gone to college in a long time. Don't know necessarily been taking tests. So I would definitely take some of these practice exams just to get in the habit of answering those questions that are trick questions. Like, what is it not? And how does this? And you got to get used to being questions again, because they do ask questions. I know when I was helping the PMI's exams for the ACP, they do it slightly different. They don't try to ask you trick questions. They're not supposed to. But I don't know about scrum.org, but I will when I take the exam, maybe I'll tell you. I won't tell you what's the questions on the exam, but I'll tell you if they do ask the trick questions. You have to be careful how you respond and answer the question, because they may have some catch things. I don't think they do. You probably apply the same formatting and everything like that. But I just want to share that with you. So take the open documents, go through the training, right? This is all for yourself. So you go certification, pick the certification you want. There is an overview. So PS1 overview, go there, talks about, and then they got prepare for the assessment, got competencies, suggested reading list. If you don't have these books, I would suggest and before I take the exam. So that's the general part. We're going to go through different parts of this over the next 4 weeks. Like 1 week, talk about the exam. Maybe not here, maybe during the morning show. I will put up some piece of information on what to study, what to look out for. Maybe we'll look at it together on the show. So that's what I have for Tuesday night. It was an impromptu thing. I just made a decision the other day. I'm going to do it. So I did it. I wanted to see how it worked, what I needed to look at, how I was going to set it up. And thanks for being here. It will get better over time, I promise you. And we'll see how it goes. Again, so there's lots of jobs out there. Just sharing that with everyone. Don't hesitate. And then, we always talk about Scrum and different aspects of Agile and different parts, deeper dives in Scrum every day, a part of the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, which goes off in the mornings. We do a podcast. This will be on a podcast. Worried about, we saw the layoffs from Microsoft on the news coming up. There's other potential threats for jobs. Altition and Jira. I guess one investor doesn't like them. So see how that goes. But there's 13,000 Agile analyst jobs. There is 18,000 remote Scrum Master jobs. I like to do that. Coaching. I didn't look up Agile coach. Usually I typically look for an Agile coach positions. We could do that now. Let's see what we got here. Let's go into, that's Oracle. Let's go on LinkedIn and look at people. Let's say Agile coach. And we're going to go jobs. Where can I get a job, right? Okay. There is 90 postings. That's European Union. Okay. Let's change this to United States. Because I don't work in the European Union. And we'll say date posted. Make sure you do this because you can get job postings from who knows when. 16,000 Agile coach jobs in the United States. So that's not bad. So they're hiring a lot of Agile coaches, maybe a combination Agile coach, Scrum Master position. There has been a lot. So 16,000. I'll have to add that to the numbers. So that was a good point. And then let's look at European Union. And the European Union. And there are Agile coach, 10,000. So that's cool. Past month. So there's some numbers for that. And I got, anyway, add that to the number. update to include the Agile coaching numbers. And we will see you next week. We will come up with different comments, different things. This is recorded on YouTube, so you can watch it. I'll post it up on LinkedIn. Any thoughts, topics you want to cover as part of the Agile news, things you would be interested in, please let me know. Businesses we are going to hit. We're going to work on what the cadence is for the news people, and we'll go from there. I don't want to make this too long of a program because no one wants to sit there and listen to me talk for hours at a time. And in the future, we're going to do Scrum Master interviews. This is why I'm setting this up. I got my show. I'm doing the Expert Agile Club tomorrow. We're going to do some more stuff. We're going to do some masterminding stuff that we're going to start doing with meetup.com and Slack and different things like that. So we're going to set them up. They're coming. They're in the works. And I want to say happy Scrumming. Let's see if we can't make my picture bigger. Just playing with the software. There we go. So with that, I want to say you have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow morning. And take care. See ya. And one day we will end stream.